half tempted to believe that this is just an ARG. 1X has announced their new Neo robot, and it is disturbing at the bare minimum. Neo is a safe humanoid robot that does your chores and offers personalized assistance. Very strange that they have to reassure us that it's safe. This 10-minute ad for this robot feels like the backstory in a horror movie. Everything that they talk about here is so dystopian and so strange and so weird. Why are we accepting this? First off, it starts with this weird nostalgic vibe that feels like found footage, and then it shifts over into trying to humanize the robot, which only makes it worse. There's then a product shot that shows the disassembly of the robot all the way up into the skin layer, which is so weird, that is a fabric material, and the whole time it feels like an introduction to a horror series. There are three main marketing pushes: chores, autonomy, and companionship. Every one of these companies, man. First off, they're making very big claims here, saying that it is capable of tidying the house.
Like tidying the house.
You know what? I don't have one. Maybe they pulled some magic right out of their ass. The very concerning thing is that you can have an expert watch over the progress of your robot.
You can use expert mode to have an expert from 1X supervise the session and provide corrective intervention to help Neo complete any task.
Meaning that some guy just takes control and can see right into your home. Middle of the night, laying in bed. Hey, honey, what's that noise? Knock on the door, expert mode activated. Of course, this only gets worse as the video goes on, because while you're away from the house, you can obviously check in and see exactly what your robot's doing from the perspective of its eyes. Surely they won't be using this or selling this information or, you know, training the model off of your home. They do give the usual spiel of, hey, this is just your personalized model. Quick edit, they didn't say anything about it being run locally or being your specific model. They just said your model. So take of that what you will.
As Neo does more chores, you'll receive updates to your Redwood model that increase the complexity of tasks that Neo can handle.
This thing can gather so much information about your life and who you are, and we're just trusting it to this company. But of course, it gets worse. Because Neo is a companion after all. You should treat it like a human and talk to it about all your problems. This guy's too dumb to find his glasses and they're on his damn shirt. This is what they think you are. They think you're stupid. The video ends and you're probably disappointed. I know I was very highly disturbed, but then it hits you. It's 20 grand. And of course, that makes sense. It's such an expensive device. It's very personalized. It's very new. It's groundbreaking. And then you realize, oh, wait, in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever amount of generations it takes, Google will make one of these. Apple will make one. Intel, AMD, any of these large companies, NVIDIA will probably come out with one. Taking a look in the comments, you realize that a lot of people feel kind of awkward about this. Like I thought something violent was gonna happen. I thought this was a joke. Does it have jorking capabilities? And it makes you wonder, what's the deal with this company? A look back on their channel and you realize there's other content. Specifically, this video from 4 months ago stood out to me. This 3-minute video is them over-exaggerating the capabilities of a regular model. Yes, it's trained on real-world functionalities, but so are most other models. The reason they can emulate the action that they're emulating is because they were trained on that emulated data. This is just all marketing, and it's really weird. Why is it in the middle of the woods? But the comments are like paid actors. I think because it wasn't an actual product, it didn't actually strike the nerve that this one did. And all of these comments are like, wow, that's awesome. Or, what a wonderful robot. I get what they were going for, but this genuinely feels like the Omnic Uprising.
I am f***ing the robot.
I think that AI and robotics are definitely the way forward for humanity, but not like this. Even if it gets cheaper, they're going to be expensive. This cuts out a majority of the population. Rich people will have these, poor people will not. But even the rich people aren't winning. Even if somehow this robot has no flaws, no issues, and it doesn't sell or use your information, your privacy in any way, there will be one coming that does. Not only that, but what it promotes is very bad. We should not be looking towards robots for companionship. They regurgitate lines that they were fed that are the most optimal results. They don't have feelings, they don't have emotions. Not at this stage, maybe not for a very long time or ever. I have the same feeling about that weird friend thing that came out not that long ago. It's very clearly taking advantage of people. This also has the built-in functionality of doing things for you. But at what cost? Apparently $20,000. It's very easy to get get cynical about tech nowadays. It feels like the good old days of technology when the DS was around, or the Wii, that it was fun and whimsical, and I think it was because it wasn't all interconnected like this. Social media and the expansion of the internet and everything being online is not great. It's shocking how much these companies know about you, what to sell you, when you feel weak, and how to abuse your wallet. And this feels like the route that will get worse. There is nothing stopping them from disabling a feature of your robot just because they can, because it's all online through their app and fundamentally built around their AI. And I want to leave this on a happy note, at least on a semi-good note. If you're interested in technology, wholeheartedly, I think you should look into self-hosting things. I think that having a step to get away from these companies when the worst comes to shove is a good thing. The fear of this being a dystopian future is not ungrounded. If they can take advantage of you for just a few more cents, they will. It's been proved time and time and time again. I hope that this motivated you to take a little bit more control over your online life, even if it's just being a little bit more conscious about your privacy. And that's where today's sponsor, Surfshark, I'm just kidding. Because instead, today's sponsor is Raid Shadow Legend.
If they set that android free, it will be the end of all of us! No!